Today's video is all about productive blogging. If you want to become more productive as a blogger, keep watching because I will share my best productivity tips that help me grow my blog to 6 figures and beyond. And stick around till the end because the last tip probably doesn't sound like a productivity hack, but it's definitely the most important. Alright, let's dive in. The first tip on how to be a more productive blogger is to treat your blog like a business. Yes, your blog is actually your business and you need to treat it like that. I get it. Working from home can make it easy to get distracted, especially with the whole stay in bed all day vibe. But trust me, it's not the most productive approach. I used to work from my bed, the couch, the dining table, but shifting your workspace around the house will affect your productivity. So, how to be productive at home? I recommend designing a specific spot in your home solely for working on your blog. When you sit there, your brain knows that it's time to get down to business. Going to a coffee shop or a co-working space could be another option too. Also, setting regular working hours is key. I understand the resistance. The beauty of working for yourself is the flexibility, right? What I'm saying is you don't have to stick to the same schedule every day, and your work hours don't need to be one continuous block. For instance, if you need to pick up the kids from school at 3 p.m., you can pause work and resume it once they're in bed. But during your designated blog time, make sure it's only about your blog. Ignore that pile of laundry. Now, if you want to take it to a step further and maximize your productivity, you could follow the 3-tier time blocking method. This concept is simple but incredibly effective. You allocate specific blocks of time to different tasks and stick to that schedule as closely as possible. So you list all the infinite tasks that come with running a blog, and then you categorize these activities into 3 tiers based on their importance and time sensitivity. Tier 1, these are your high priority non-negotiable tasks. For example, content creation or SEO. Tier 2, these are important but not urgent tasks like updating old blog posts. Tier 3, these are tasks that are nice to do but not essential, such as, for example, creating an extra pin for your blog posts. Once you've identified these tiers, allocate specific time blocks in your day or week to each tier. Tier 1, reserve your most productive hours for these tasks. For example, if you're a morning person, block out 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. for content creation. Tier 2, schedule these tasks for when you're still alert but maybe not at your peak, like early afternoon. Tier 3, these can be done during your least productive hours or when you have some free time. Now, the allocation throughout the day doesn't need to be necessarily this way. Here is a secret. To be the most productive, you don't need to manage your time, you need to manage your energy. Not everyone can hit that frog first thing in the morning. If you're not a morning person, like I'm not, it might be better to kick off your day with some easy, mindless tasks to give your brain a chance to wake up and gain momentum. It's all about knowing yourself and planning your most important tasks for the time of the day when you're most focused. Next tip. If time blocking is too much for you at this stage or it doesn't suit you, that's okay, but I want you to at least incorporate some power hours into your schedule. A power hour is a dedicated, uninterrupted block of time where you focus solely on high-impact activities that contribute to the growth and sustainability of your blog. I see too many bloggers, and especially new bloggers, caught up in the daily grind, stuck up in the cycle of busy work. This is a big mistake, and I made my mistake myself at the beginning. Basically, you spend all your time working in your business and never on your business. But working on your business is essential for long-term growth and sustainability. Let me explain. Working in your business involves day-to-day tasks like writing blog posts, responding to emails, managing social media. Working on your business involves strategic planning, setting long-term goals, implementing systems that will help your blog grow and generate income. These are high-impact activities that will move the needle for your blog. They could include things like developing a new product, optimizing your sales funnel, or creating a content strategy for the next quarter. So I want you to designate some power hours to work on these high-impact activities. Ideally, you'd want to have at least 1 power hour a day, but you can start with allocating 1 power hour or a couple of power hours a week and build it up from there. During this hour, eliminate all distractions. Put your phone on silent, close all irrelevant tabs, and inform others that you're not to be disturbed. Use this time to focus solely on the most crucial, high-impact activities and treat this time as a non-negotiable. It's an investment in your blog's future. Incorporating these power hours will increase your productivity so much because it shifts your attention from being merely busy to being effective. Busy work may give you a sense of accomplishment in the short term, but it's the high-impact activities that will truly drive your blog's growth and profitability in the long run. And this brings us to the next tip. Apply the 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle, to your blog as much as possible. This rule or principle basically says that 80% of your results come from 20% of your actions. To work smarter, pinpoint the activities that yield the best results and invest more time in them. For example, focusing more on creating your own digital product might deliver better results than constantly scheduling your social media queue. If you have an affiliate program, identify the 20% of people responsible for 80% of your sales and give them the support and encouragement they deserve. So now the question is, what do you do with all the other tasks? For tasks that fall under working in your business, that don't have a high return on investment, they are not high impact activities. And that's where my next productivity tip comes in. For all those tasks, you have 3 options: eliminate, automate, or delegate. This will free up more time to focus on high impact activities. For example, you could automate social media posts or delegate content editing to a freelancer. You know, a lot of us bloggers tend to wear all the hats in our business, especially in the beginning. In my first year, I was doing all by myself. I had a corporate job, so I would work my 9 to 5, and then I would work on my blog late at night and the weekends, and I would do everything myself. But honestly, that can be quite counterproductive. Spending your valuable time on admin work or diving into the intricacy of accounting isn't the best use of your skills. I get it, money can be tight when you're starting out, but try to delegate at least a little. Every minute you waste on an admin task is a minute stolen from a task that could bring you a much bigger return on investment. Start by automating as much as you can. There are tons of handy tools out there designed for bloggers that can handle some of the heavy lifting for you. Templates are another lifesaver. Creating templates can save you tons of time. Whether it's for your Pinterest pins or emails, having templates on hand can help you whip up things quickly. And here is a neat trick. Use done-for-you solutions. If you're not a pro photographer, don't waste time trying to take your own photos. Grab some stock photos from places like Depositphoto or Creative Market. If you're clueless about creating a media kit, consider getting one made for you. And hey, if you're not a legal expert, you can get my Legal Bundle Value Pack and get all your legal pages for your blog done in less than 5 minutes. You can check it out. I'll leave a link in the description box below, where I will also list everything I mentioned today. So focus on what you do best and seek help for the tasks that aren't your forte but are crucial for your business. The worst thing you can do is spend your time on something and not get the results you were hoping for. If you're on a tight budget, platforms like Fiverr can be a lifesaver. You can delegate smaller tasks without breaking the bank. And if you're not ready to delegate blogging tasks, consider delegating something else in your life. I started delegating my cleaning and gardening. Maybe ask your partner to chip in more around the house, or maybe hire a cleaner or someone to handle your grocery shopping. Remember, it's all about making the most of your time and resources. The next productivity tip is to never start working without a plan. If you don't have a clear direction, you might end wasting valuable time scrolling through social media, TikTok or Pinterest. What I do to stay on track is set a goal for the next day before I wrap up my current blogging session. This helps me create a to-do list that's focused on achieving that goal. Writing down tasks for the next day is important, but knowing what I want to accomplish is the real game changer. Without a specific goal, it's too easy to get sidetracked by all those little tasks that pop up and divert your focus. The next tip I have for you when it comes to being a more productive blogger is to use your time wisely. We as bloggers don't have much time, so what makes the difference between being busy or being productive is how we use the time we have. First things first, avoid diving into your email box as soon as you wake up. It's a total time suck, and most of the time you end up solving other people's problems instead of your own. Get your own tasks sorted before helping others. Of course, I'm not saying never to check your email again, but set specific times for it. You can choose to peek into your inbox multiple times a day, maybe during lunch and before shutting down your computer, or just once a week. Do what suits you best, but resist the temptation to check it every time a new notification pops up. Actually, turn those notifications off. Now, there is a kind of an exception to this. Sometimes we all find ourselves with random pockets of time waiting for a workshop to start, or even while your coffee is brewing. So here comes my next tip. Instead of mindlessly scrolling through social media, use these 5-minute intervals to accomplish quick tasks that contribute to your blog. This could be tasks like responding to a reader's comment, jotting down ideas for future blog posts, checking your blog's analytics, reviewing a paragraph or two of a draft post. These quick tasks, this 5-minute boost, may seem minor, but they add up over time and contribute to your overall productivity and blog growth. Moving on to the next tip, let's talk about batching. Your brain operates differently for various tasks. The creative part takes a break when you're doing admin work, so constantly switching between tasks will kill your focus. What I do is not only batch similar tasks together, but also structure my schedule to align with my brain's mode. For instance, if I've just finished writing several blog posts and I still have some creative juice left, I'll tackle another creative task like designing all the pins for those posts. Consider dedicating specific days of the week to certain tasks like content writing on one day, social media scheduling on another, and handling support emails on yet another. This not only keeps you focused, but also save you a ton of time. Next up, I want to give you some time management tips because I noticed two things that I used to do quite often and you might be doing it too. One of the biggest productivity traps we fall into is overestimating how much we can accomplish and underestimate the time it will take to complete tasks. It's all too easy to load up our to-do list with tons of tasks, but then it's so discouraging when you can't cross them off the list. At the same time though, if you give yourself a whole day to write a blog post, guess what? It's probably going to take you the entire day. Here is a little productivity secret. A task will take as much time as you plan for it. So, shorten your deadlines. Set realistic expectation and allocate a reasonable amount of time for each task you need to complete. Otherwise, you'll end up wasting time without even realizing it. Taking breaks is another ace up your sleeve for boosting productivity. When you come back to your task with a refreshed brain, you'll notice a significant uptick in your focus. Many people swear by the Pomodoro Technique for this. You break your work into intervals. Usually you work for 25 minutes and then take a break for 5 minutes and then rinse and repeat. It might be worth a shot. So let's take a break right now and hit the subscribe button to get more tips on how to grow your blog and make money blogging. Back to the next tip on how to be more productive as a blogger: get organized. You know, the key to getting things done is making it all as easy as possible. Like I've mentioned earlier, having a plan is like a superpower for increasing your productivity. And when you got everything organized and right at your fingertips, it's like a magic trick for lightening your workload. Start preparing for tomorrow today. Every evening before wrapping up work, I set the stage for the next day. I pick out the 3 must-do tasks for the next day and get everything ready to make my work a breeze. For example, if I need to shoot a video for my YouTube channel, I set up all my recording gear the night before. I'm a big fan of Notion for keeping all my ideas organized. I also like Motion, but there are plenty of other apps out there that can do the job too. I also make good use of iCloud Drive, Google Drive to keep the things I need most often easily accessible from anywhere. Now, about creating your schedule. It's all about finding what method works best for you and rolling with it. You can go old school with a planner, jot down to-do lists, set reminders, or make the most of your calendar to manage your time. Personally, I use a combination of these methods and use structure to plan my day. I also love using a printable to-do list and goal planner. There is something incredibly satisfying about physically crossing tasks and goals on a paper. It gives me a tangible sense of accomplishment. It keeps me motivated to tackle the next item on my list. We have our printable goal planner and to-do list in our shop, and I will link to it together with all the tools I mentioned in the description box below. Next tip on how to be more productive as a blogger: take care of yourself. Let's get real for a moment. Especially when you're just starting out, your blog is essentially an extension of yourself. So when you're investing in your blog, in your business, you're essentially investing in yourself too. And I totally get that when you're running your own show, it's tempting to put 100% of your energy into it. But trust me, there's a real risk of burning out, and that could spell trouble for your business. Don't try to do everything all at once. You probably heard that saying, jack of all trades, master of none, right? Well, I think it's spot on. If you attempt to master every single aspect of blogging simultaneously, you're setting yourself up for less than a stellar results. Take social media, for example. There are so many platforms out there. Try to conquer them all at once is a recipe for frustration. My advice, start with one. Once you've truly mastered that platform, then you can think about tackling the next one. Another example, before diving into selling your own products, consider mastering affiliate marketing. Before you create a full-blown course, dip your toes in by creating a freebie, and so on. It's all about gradual progress. And here is a little golden rule. Learn something new every day. Set aside a bit of time each day to expand your knowledge. Read a blog post, listen to a podcast, watch a YouTube video. Anything that teaches you something new. I get it, life gets busy, but this is a vital part of your business. When you grow, your business grows too. The most important thing, learn to say no. Remember that every time you say yes to something, you're essentially saying no to something else. If a company approaches you for a collaboration, only say yes if it's a perfect fit for your blog. You don't want to spend your time creating content that your followers won't care about. Same goes for guest post opportunities. Before saying yes, assess the return on investment. Does it align with your blog's topic? Will it bring in new traffic? What's the domain authority of that blog? Will it provide a valuable backlink? And last but not least, practice some good old self-care. If you burn out, your blog might take a nosedive. So take time for yourself. There will always be more tasks on your to-do list, but if you wait for everything to be finished before taking a break, you'll never get there. Set your working hours, and when it's time, shut down the computer. Look after yourself. Exercise, eat well, and sleep. Sleep each night for as long as you can. Your productivity will definitely thank you for it. And if you want to stay consistent as a new blogger, watch this video next, where I break down the step-by-step process to write the perfect blog post. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao e a presto!